Happy New Year's, January 1st. Okay, part of our New Year's supper, I do cabbage. I'll either bake it, boil it, or I'll fry it. Today, I'm going to make fried cabbage. So I'm going to show you how I do my fried cabbage. Remember, there's different ways of doing this, but this is the way that I do it, and this is the way that everybody likes it. So you'll need a head of cabbage. You need about a half a pound, which isn't a lot if you think about it, about 8 ounces of bacon diced up, and an onion diced up, and then seasoning, whatever seasonings you want. I personally put pepper, seasonal, and garlic powder in mine. So let's get started. I'm going to start dicing everything up, and then we'll go from there. Okay, you guys, I got my onions diced up. I cut my bacon up, but I used my scissors for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bacon in. I'm going to get it going. And, well, let me take you guys over here. Okay. All right. And I always use my cast iron skillet. That is just me. That's what I prefer, my cast iron skillet. So I'm going to get the bacon going. When the bacon's about halfway to what I want it, then I will add my onions in there to get those caramelized and a little soft. I don't want them overcooked, but I don't want them crunchy either, you know, too crunchy in the fried cabbage. You can also put carrots in your fried cabbage. It's just whatever you want. There is no particular rule on how you have to do your fried cabbage. So let me get this going, and I'm going to crank the heat up on it. And it's just in little things. And I'm not going to get rid of the grease from the bacon because it's going to coat my cabbage. If you don't want bacon in your cabbage, you can use sausage. You can use a little bit of olive oil and coat your cabbage that way. It's whatever. You just play with it and whatever you want because everybody's different on how they eat. So you can make it a vegetarian type style. It's just all up to you. Family prefers the bacon, so that is what we're going to do because that's what what I've grown up on is bacon in my cabbage. So, or sometimes it'll be a ham bone if I'm boiling it, putting it in the crock pot. But that's a different one for another time. Okay, so I'll be right back. While my bacon is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and cut my cabbage up, and she's a big one. Let me move the camera so you can see it. She's a nice size one, which is awesome because I really do love cabbage. And I always take the first leaf off. It is just my thing, and I break it down there by the stem of it. And then I'm going to rinse it. Okay. And then this is just how I do it. There is no wrong or right way. It's just how you want it. So I just dig into her. And then it's going to seem like a lot, but always remember that your cabbage cooks down. So let's get this cut up. Because I got this, and I've also got the bowl full. It is going to cook down, so do not worry about that. It will cook down. And it is starting to simmer. Can you hear? Yes. Okay. And I'll let this cook a little bit longer to where it's, it's maybe halfway done. Now remember that it does cook faster this way because it's in little pieces. So you do have to keep an eye on it once it starts cooking, because you really don't want to burn your bacon when you mix it all together. So that's just a little FYI on that. Kind of stay on it. But I will add the onions here in just a few minutes because she will be ready to go. I'll be right back. So now I'm just going to start adding handfuls of cabbage to the pan. And then just whatever I'm comfortable with of mixing it up, because it's going to be several processes of me doing this. But remember, the cabbage does cook down. It's kind of like your spinach. It's going to cook down. And then I just kind of get that in there and start mixing it, gently, because I don't want my cabbage to go flying all over the place. And then I'm going to want it to cook, everything to cook. And then, of course, adding your seasoning, or for me, adding my seasonings is several steps, because when I put the new in and start mixing it all together, it's going to need more seasonings. That is one thing we don't like, is for our cabbage to be bland. We like to have, we like to have the seasonings on there. It looks like a lot of seasonings, but I promise you it's not. It's really not. You guys see it go flying? Yeah. It's hard to cook with one hand, y'all. And I just don't have the room to set up my tripod and all that. So it's just one of those that it's got to be with one hand. Okay. And then I just kind of get the onions and the bacon mixed in. And then here we go. We're going to add some more. And then it's going to cook down. I promise you. Don't think that, oh my gosh, I got too much. Because it's going to cook down. I still got another half a cabbage to put in here from this one head of cabbage. So, okay, let me get this all mixed up and I'll be right back, y'all. With you guys, I have been working with this and it's a slow process at this point. And I've got just about, this is that whole head of cabbage in my cast iron skillet. So, and I'm just working it and keep mixing it to where it just gets coated with the seasonings, and the bacon and the onions just get mixed up all in it. And then that way, and then if you see, it's cooking down. So see, you can tell the difference. See, that one's almost done, and then that one there still, it's got a little bit to go. But because I've had to put them in a little bit at a time in sections, some's going to be a little bit cooked more than the other, but that's okay. It turns out really good if you are a cabbage person. It's just learning and but I've been making this, golly, for umpteen years, you guys. I mean, it's just, I've been making it. So, but this is going to go with our New Year's supper. We always have a tradition. We have cabbage, black-eyed peas, which I've got those. They've been cooking most of the day in there. They're almost done. And then we have ham, which is in the oven. And cornbread, is cooking. And then some sweet taters. So that is going to be our New Year's supper. It is a tradition that we have done forever. Ever since I can remember as a kid on New Year's. So, but that is just us. Do you guys have any traditions? If you do, let me know. Put them in the comments. So, I will check back with you guys here in a few. Okay, y'all, she's done. And let me make a bowl so you guys can see what it looks like out of the pan. Okay, there she is in the bowl. So, all different, they'll be crunchy, soft, it's all in between. And there is the fried cabbage, y'all. So, until next video, y'all take care. God bless. Happy New Year's and peace.